Hello my YouTube friends, I'm so happy to have you here. And the first thing we are doing in this video is picking up our Instacart order from Aldi. On Wednesdays I always place a pickup order from Aldi because our kids' swim lessons is right down the street from the store, so it's just really convenient and works out because we're already out of the house. If you're new here, hi, my name's Nissa and I make videos about motherhood and homemaking. We are an ingredient family, so here's just an overview of everything we got from Aldi. We typically don't buy a lot of meat from the store because we actually buy a half a cow every couple of months from a farm in our area. On this day, we really just got a lot of fruit. In the morning before swim, I made some granola and I was so upset because I forgot to take it out of the oven before we left and it burned a little. I also was disappointed they picked out some asparagus and arugula that wasn't looking so great, so I had to go back later that evening and exchange them. Thankfully, they didn't give me a hard time about it. I was going to start putting everything away and then realized I really need to wipe down this fridge, so I pivoted and decided to take everything out of it and start wiping it down. This day actually was the second day of my period, and I get really painful periods on the first day. Leading up to my period, I feel very sick, almost like I'm about to get the flu, and then bam, I get my period. And once I get it, I get like extreme cramps and leg pain, and I think it has to do with a magnesium deficiency, so I always try to up my magnesium malate right around the time when I'm going to get my period, and that does help with the cramping a lot. Because I was feeling really run down all week, I'm just going to do things in this video that I know are going to help my family and set us up for success and nourish my body. When I am feeling really run down, the areas that I try to focus on the most is just the kitchen and my bedroom. The kitchen is because that is the most used area of our house, and when it is operating at full capacity, I feel like our family can function better. And my bedroom because that is the place where I get the most rest. And if it is not overstimulating there, I feel like I can rest and just be still better. I am a 26-year-old mom with 3 babies, and I am also a cancer survivor. I did do a video about how I got diagnosed if you want to go ahead and watch that. But since I am a cancer survivor, I feel like my body just struggles a lot with autoimmunity now. I have PCOS, and that just makes my periods really irregular and unpredictable. And sometimes I wonder if I have like some form of like fibroids going on, because after I had my 3 babies, my periods have become so painful. I recently just found out that I have low iron, and that can affect your energy a ton, especially when you are on your period. But in this drawer, I like to put a lot of our produce, like our lemons, apples, and oranges. That way they're easy for my kids to grab when they want to go ahead and get a snack. And then we also have a vegetable drawer and a meat and dairy drawer. It might look like we don't have a lot in the fridge at this particular moment, but I am making yogurt right now in the Instant Pot, so that's going to go in the fridge later. We do need to get more milk. We're very low on milk, but I don't get that from Aldi. We actually buy raw milk from the local Amish market in our area. And we have 2 freezers down in the basement full of our half a cow. Again, since I'm on my period, I picked up some coconut water. I feel like coconut water is great for electrolytes and just hydration, which is something I really try to focus on when I'm not feeling great. In this container, I had some hard-boiled eggs that I had made earlier in the week, some beets, and some rice. Like I said before, we are an ingredient household, and a lot of things we do make from scratch. Here are some eggs. My husband just recently started drinking raw eggs. He drinks probably about like 6 to 8 raw eggs a day, so we are going through a lot of eggs. But again, we get our eggs most of the time from a guy that my dad works with who raises chickens and ducks. I am actually allergic to chicken eggs and can only eat duck eggs. I don't love the taste of them compared to chicken eggs, but I have noticed they have helped my autoimmune issues so much better since switching over. And then I'm not a completely evil person, and I do let my kids have chicken nuggets. These are gluten-free chicken nuggets. There's no seed oils in them, and they love pickles, so I went ahead and put a pickle on each of their plates. Once I had their lunch done, I was also really hungry, but I had to go ahead and get dinner started in the crock pot because we had a Awana this evening, and we normally need to be out of the house by 5:30 to get them there on time. And it was already a little late in the day for this crock pot meal, but I pretty much had nothing else left to make this day, and I really needed it since I was on my period and I needed something that was going to really nourish my body. And having like a slow cooked meal like this, I feel like is just so good for you. I also was going to put some lentils, some mushrooms and onions and fresh garlic in it, and it just, I feel like, warms my soul so much and is like the hug that I need when I'm not feeling very well. Red meat and lentils in general are super good for you when you are on your period. They're higher in iron and high in protein and fiber, and when you cook them slow, it just makes it really easy for your stomach to digest them and your body doesn't have to work as hard. Here's just an overview of the seasonings that we are using: salt, paprika, Italian seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, some Worcestershire sauce, and some red wine. I also did decide to add some coconut aminos just for some extra sweet and saltiness. I really like the flavor of coconut aminos. And I did add some gluten-free flour into this as well, just to give it a bit heavier and like more gravy-like texture. Once all the seasonings are in, I then go ahead and add 1 cup of water at the end. So again, I started this for 4 hours. It ended up needing closer to 5, and I ended up having to make peanut butter and jellies for my kids for dinner, and my husband and I just ate this. I had these lentils sitting out all night, soaking in water. It helps them sprout and just digest better. And then for my own lunch, I was having 2 hard-boiled eggs, some beets, some raspberries, and some kimchi. Again, I was just choosing foods that were easy on the gut and that were good for you when you're on your period. I had some laundry on the floor in my bedroom that I really needed to take care of. I had been staring at it for the last couple of nights before I went to bed, and I just wanted to go ahead and put it all away. This honestly didn't take me very long. I have a minimalist wardrobe. I actually did a video on that if you're interested. I showed all the clothes that I have. I really don't have a ton of items, probably between 30 and 50 items, but for both winter and summer, and it's just way easier for me to manage. I might look silly to some people, I'm always in the same things, but honestly they're things that make me feel really beautiful and stylish, and they're comfortable, and I just always enjoy putting them on. There was this beautiful breeze coming in through the window in my bedroom, and it honestly just felt so amazing to stand here in silence and just fold. My husband had a pair of pants that he wore to church this week that I just put away for him, and then I have a couple of shelves in the closet where I just stack some of my clothes. My husband actually has both the dressers in our room, and I just have these couple of shelves in the closet. Honestly, don't hate on him, don't hate on me. I'm okay with it, and I like having a minimalist wardrobe. And this is my kitty June. She's a year old and she's the perfect little bed ornament. I love her so much. Back downstairs, I am going to mix this up. 2 hours have gone by and I'm gonna go ahead and put the lentils in. We typically run our dishwasher twice a day. I unload it in the morning and then reload it around noon, and it runs one more time, and then we load it again before we go down for bed. I'll be honest, I hate doing dishes so much, and my husband is normally the one who does the dishwasher right before bed. I always set my boys' cups and plates out on the counter for them, and it is their responsibility to put them away. I'm trying to be much better at doing chores with them, and now I'm just going to go ahead and reload this dishwasher. Now that all the dishes are done, I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe down the counter. I like to use water and cast iron soap on my butcher block countertops. I pretty much use it on every surface. In my last video, I explained how I like to fill up my spray bottle and just my process around cleaning. So if you're curious about non-toxic cleaning, go ahead and check out that video. On my stove and on other stainless steel appliances, I like to use vinegar and water. Normally it's just about half a bottle of vinegar and half a bottle of water, and I promise you, does not leave it streaky at all. That is why I like it so much. I use it on mirrors also, and it always leaves it like very clean and streak free at the end. And what I like about it most is that vinegar takes like harsh smells away. So when I use it on surfaces like the stove, I feel like it just like lifts up all those like yucky like food smells that sometimes are stuck on there. Last thing I'm doing in this video is just rotating the laundry. If you made it this far, I wanted to say thank you so much for watching and sticking around. It really means a lot when you like and support my channel. It helps out me and my family so much. And at the very end, you will see how my lentil beef stew came out. It was so delicious and wholesome. I loved it.